Good day, everyone. I am Miss Lorena L. Gutierrez, a PhD Educational Management student at St. Paul University, Philippines. In this video, we will talk about H-index, which includes its definition, calculation, advantages of H-index, especially to the researchers, as well as the career level. H-index is developed by George Hirsch in 2005. H-index means Hirsch index. The H-index is a metric to measure the productivity and impact of the published work of scholars. So we have here the diagram. High quantity plus high quality is equal to the H-index. What does it mean? High quantity means the number of published papers of the author, and plus high quality, it means that the number of citations received by each published papers, which is now equal to the H-index. A scientist has H-index H if each of his number of papers have received at least H citations each. The rest of number of papers less than the H or minus H articles has received no more than H citations each. In other words, a scholar with an index of H has published H papers, each of which has been cited in other papers at least H times. Now, to further picture it out, we will be using the concept through its graph. So we have there, the x-axis will be the papers, the published papers, and the y-axis is the citations. As you can see, the first H papers already received more than H citations. Therefore, citations is equal to papers, and that is now your H-index. Okay, so let's take this as an example. Let us calculate the H-index of the author. So we have this one. The author has 11 published papers and the citations. So let's look into the citations. Paper 1 received 49 citations. Paper 2, 23. 3, 15. 4, 14. 5, 6. 6, 3 only. 7, 1. 8, 1. 9, 0. 10, 0. And 11, 0. As you can observe, papers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receive more than its number of published papers. Whereas 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 did not receive or did not meet a citation or did not receive a higher citation or equal to the number of published paper. In fact, it is less than or lower than the number of published paper. Therefore, in this 11 published paper, the H-index of the author is 5 because 5 of his research papers receive more than the number of papers. Okay, so the H-index now is 5. Okay, let's have another example. So we have there author A and author B. Author A has 9 published papers, and let's now look into the citations. Why is it that 5 is the H-index? Let's find out why, again, 5 is the H-index. Paper 1 received 55, paper 2, 45, 3, 20 citations, 4, 10, 5 is 5, equal to 5, and then 6 is 4 now, 7, 3, 8, 2, 9, 1. Now, let's take a look at this one. Paper 1 has 55 citations. So it is higher or more than the number of published papers. Same with 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas again, for 6, it is lower, did not meet, it is less than. So 6, number 6, that is the published paper, and yet he received only 4. Same with 7, 3 only, 8, 2, and 9, paper 9 just received 1 citation. Therefore, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, that is now, okay, therefore, rather, 5 is the H index. Okay, same with author B. Now, let's look at author B. For author B, she has 4 published papers. Looking into its citations, she 1 is 25, received 25 citations, 2, 20, 3, 9, 4, 6. So, all of the papers received more than its number of papers or number of published papers. Therefore, the H index of this one is 4. Okay. So, let's have another example. Let's try to solve it manually. Okay. So, we have here how to calculate by hand. So, we have there the author A, B, and C. So, we have there again, articles. They all have the same articles. How many articles? They have 8 each articles. So, we have author A, 8, author B, 8, author C, 8. But they have different citations. So, we will solve on their H index. Let's focus first on author A. So, we have there, paper 1 received 10 citations, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6 is equal to 6, and then 7 is 3, 8, 0. So, as you can observe now, 7 and 8 receive less than the number of published papers. So, counting all of it, received more than the number of published papers, citations more than the published number of published papers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, the H index of author A is 6. Now, we proceed with author B. Articles, okay, so article 1, she has 30 citations, 2, 27, 3, 26, 4, 16, 5, 6. Now, on 6, she received only 3 citations, 7, 2, and then 8, 1. Alright, so this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, papers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, receive more than the number of published paper. Okay, therefore, the H index there is 5. Out of the 8 published papers, the H index is 5. Alright, so now, what about author C? Author C also have 8 articles published. So, we have there. Now, this is quite higher. So, let us see. Number 1, the citations is 230. Number 2, the paper 2 is 190. The paper 3 is 90. 4, 34, 5, 30. And then 6 just received 2 citations. 7 is 0. And then 8 is 1. Therefore, that means that 1, 2, 3, papers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again receive more than its number of published papers. Therefore, the H index here is 5. So, I hope this is clear to you. So, another thing that could help us in computing the H index of an author, we could use our internet. Okay, and some of these that could help us in the H-index, we have the Web of Science, the citation reports, the Scopus or the citation tracker, and also the Google Scholar. This one, you will no longer have the manual computation. This will help us, or these would help us in knowing the H-index of such authors. Now that we have learned what is an H-index, how to compute the H-index, how are we going to use the internet for the calculation of the H-index, what are the sites that we could that could help us in getting the H-index. So what are the advantages of having the H-index? H-index was intended to address the main disadvantages of other bibliometric indicators such as total number of papers or total number of citation. It does not guarantee us if we have a lot of published papers, as well as if you only have one published paper and yet you have a lot, hundreds or maybe thousands of citations. So it simultaneously measures the quality and sustainability of scientific output, as well as to some extent the diversity of a scientific research. So H-index is not only about the impact, it is also about the consistency. And now we have there the H-index at career level. So according to Hertz, for physicists, a value of H is equal to 12 will be an associate professor at major research universities. So you have to have an H-index of 12 for you to have to become an associate professor. A value of about 18 for the professorship. Now, 15 to 20 could mean a fellowship in the American Physical Society, and 45 or higher could mean membership in the United States National Academy of Sciences. And also, in India, it should be about 100. And I think that is the person, Bharat Ratna, got a high index of 100. Okay. And that would be all for my presentation. I hope you have learned something on the video. Thank you so much for listening. Again, I am Miss Lorena L. Gutierrez. Thank you everyone for listening. Stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye everyone.